those means that they happened at the same time. This makes sense if you think about it. This is the way that Irish does it. And you'll hear that in Irish English too, that some of the construction got pulled into English also.
What is before a hit a ma? What would that be? That?
Yeah, you can think of it as that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's a relative pronoun, so it's basically that. Okay? So, before we go back to the main sentence, we're going to look at this word chuid. Okay? So if you want to say my clothes, you basically say something like my portion of clothes. M'chuid éili. Your clothes, the chuid éili. His clothes, a chuid éili. And here's where it changes. Her clothes, a cuid éili. Okay, so the difference between C and D is a meaning his aspirates, and a meaning hers does not. Okay? Then ours are cuid éili. So our meaning ours eclipses. Okay? Same with yours meaning y'all's clothes. We're cuid éili. And their clothes a cuid éili. Okay, so C, D, and E, they all use a. The difference between his, hers, and theirs is what happens to the next word. His benights it, hers doesn't, and theirs eclipses it. Okay?
Can you say C and D again, please?
C and D. A chuid éili and a cuid éili. Okay? And this applies to what we had up in sentence 2 also with being sitting and standing and all that. The a there in inna is the same a that we have in C. A chuid éili, it's his. Okay? And you can put the other ones up above in number 2, so you can use ma, da, a, our, were, and a meaning theirs. Okay? Alright, so let's go to the main sentence now. So, vi kupla pin fuin gahir. A hitamach. Agus ag bainch. A chuid éili. Sorry, a chuid éili je. A trí a chlog. And wedgin shin. So let's try it again. So vi kupla pin fuin gahir. A hitamach. A hitamach. Agus ag bainch a chuid éili je. A trí a chlog and wedgin shin. Okay. Iver a cuig. Leim she as an laba. So leapt he out of the bed. Okay? Lame is to leap or jump. So jumped he. As is out of. Okay? So asan laba, out of the bed. Okay? So nothing too spectacular in that one. Okay, number 6. Vi shaska pontagam arer. Said, so I had 60 pounds yesterday. V was, shaska is 60. Pont is pound. So in Irish you don't say 60 pounds, you say 60 pound. Okay, you don't say them in the plural when you're counting things in Irish. Okay? So 60 pound.
I do that
So,
with euro too.
Right. So vi shaska pontagam, so literally there was 60 pounds at me means I had 60 pounds. A rare last night.
So it's not yesterday, it's last night.
Last night. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Good catch. I'll correct this one I uploaded. Okay. Number 7. Deach she in a folky gotapa. So he looked in his pockets quickly. Deach she, he looked. Inna, in his. Polka is a pocket. Polki are pockets. And a folky are his pockets. So in a folky, in his pockets. Okay? And gotapa means quickly. Tapa means fast. Gotapa means quickly. Okay? So, to kind of drive home this whole thing of saying my, yours, his, and so on, I put all of the forms here to say I looked and you looked and so on. So, I looked in my pockets. Deach me imafolki. Okay, so the ma meaning my aspirates. You looked in your pockets. Deach tu de folki. And he looked in his pockets. Deach she in a folki. She looked in her pockets. Deach she in a polki. And we looked in our pockets. Deach mwij in our boki. And y'all looked in your pockets. Deach shiv in our boki. And they looked in their pockets. Deach shiad in a boki. Okay? So similar to what we had in number 2. Okay? So again, ma, do, and a meaning my, your, and his aspirate. A meaning hers does not. And our, were, and a meaning theirs all eclipse the word after them. Okay? So any questions on that one? Okay. Ibra hocht, ni rev ein argadan. So there wasn't any money there. Ni rev, there wasn't. Ein means either one or any. So here it means any. So ein aragad, any money. On means there. So ni rev ein aragad on. There wasn't any money there. Okay. Questions on that?
Very exciting story.
Actually, it's pretty much is. Okay. Lahanaka 3, page 3. Iver ani. Huishe gujia hasog avi eran arlar. So he went to his coat that was on the floor. Huishe, he went. Okay, we'll get to that word in a second. Okay, guji is 2. A hasog. Hasog is a coat. So a hasog, his coat. Okay? Yeah, that's great. So he went to his coat, a V that was and Erlar on the floor. Okay? I'm going to look at the word hui. Hui means went, and it's an irregular word in Irish, so it changes quite a bit, but it's one you definitely want to know. Okay? So first of all, if you want to ask the question, did you go home? It's anyachitu awalya. So anyachitu is did you go? Okay, so this word's going to change form a bit. The way you say yes is you say went, which is hui. Okay, so hui means went. Okay? Or you want to say I went home. Hui me awalya. Okay? Now if you want to ask, didn't you go home? Use nach nyachi. So nach nyachitu awalya. Okay, so the difference, did you go and didn't you go, is anyachitu and nach nyachitu. Okay? And nach nyachitu. And the way you say no, niyachi. Okay, didn't go, niyachi. Or you say I didn't go home, niyachi me awalya. Okay? And then if you want to ask, where did you go last night? Ka nyachitu arer. Okay? And for the irregular ones, you want to learn with ka, how to say it in the past. We'll use ka or kar. Okay, because there's 5 words that use an and nach for the questions in the past. And so this one and the word ta becomes unrev and nachrev, and a couple others that do that. Okay, so you kind of want to learn, for the irregulars, you should learn all the patterns. I'm thinking actually I'm going to probably do, I'll put some sheets together for these ones and just do one sheet on each of these words and have all the different forms and some examples and such like that. It's really important to know. Okay, now this word changes again, so if you want to say, are you going home? You say, unwil to egdol walia. So egdol is going. Okay, egdol. Okay, so it changes quite a bit. Okay?
I consider it the same though?
It's the same word. It's just a different form of it. So it is was and am the same word? And are and is? So they're different forms of the same word, and it's the same thing with Irish. So they can't.
Is there also a kota for coat?
Yeah, you can use kota, kasog. There's shakid is jacket also, so there's some related words. Okay. So the main sentence, Huishe gujia hasog avi eran erlar. Okay, and we would have Hurshe Allah b'sjach ngach polka. So Hurshe, he put Allah, his hand. B'sjach is into. It is in. Gach is every. Polka's pocket. So in ngach polka, in every pocket. And in Irish you say into in every pocket. B'sjach in ngach polka. Okay, so he put his hand into in every pocket. Okay. Okay. So Ibra Hinjeg. Near Honigshe in Rod. So he didn't find anything. Literally, he didn't come on anything. And so the one way to say to come across something is to